You know why so many people prefer retro games over modern games? You own the games you buy. Whereas today, they can take away from you at any time. Hence, why I'm going on the retro route now.
Let's get it. Yeah.
Greetings, comrades. This is I'm Caleb back with another game haul video. Mostly a retro haul, but we got a few Switch games as well. These were actually all given to me by my sister. She had a few doubles, so she had to give me a few of those. I might as well show these off first. I guess I get this one out of the way because it doesn't have a box. This is Cuphead. And that was my controller disconnecting. I was playing Vampire Survivors. But yeah, pretty cool game, but it's hard as hell. It's basically, if Contra were made in a 1920s cartoon style, and it was primarily a boss rush game, you would have Cuphead. Yeah, I do have this on Steam. Been a good minute since I played it, but I know it's pretty hard, so still a good game though. And I actually got this a few weeks ago. I forgot to show it off in one of my game haul videos back then, but this is the Switch version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a Cowabunga collection. There are quite a few Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games on the Switch now, but this is the Cowabunga collection. It's basically a collection of the older games from the NES and SNES, and even the arcade game, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to playing this again. Well, I had been playing it again, but I remember playing. I don't remember if it was on the Super Nintendo or the. Let me turn on my fan real quick. Oddly warm for December, but no cooldown. But anyway, I remember playing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game in the past, but I don't remember if it was for the Super Nintendo or the NES. But they are all in here, which is awesome. And I like it so much I actually got it on Steam too. May or may not get it for the Xbox. Because for the Xbox, I'm mainly focusing on older games, but if I find a newer game that I'm interested in, I'll check it out. And this game here, I mentioned it in a Doom video, Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 Remastered. As the name suggests, it's the first 3 Tomb Raider games remastered. There was also another collection which has Chronicles, the Dark Angel, which is rather infamous, and I believe, I don't remember, but yeah. I haven't even played this yet, but you know, I remember playing Tomb Raider back then. My sister was really into Tomb Raider back in the day. I'm not sure if you ever played the rebooted universe, but I've heard nothing but good things about the reboot. So yeah. So those are the Switch games. Now for the old school stuff. Yeah. While we were out earlier, someone bought a few game stores, including GameStop. It's been a long time since I've been to a GameStop. But yeah, she found quite a few Switch games, and one of the reasons she went out, and what's sort of one of the classic game stores, she also got a PlayStation 2, the Slim model, because she also got the 2 Destroy All Humans games for the PS2. I remember having them for the Xbox. Might get them again at some point, but you know. While I was there, we found quite a few games here, mostly shooters, and yeah. I believe this is part of the SNK Classics collection. This is Alpha Mission. There's another vertical shooter. I believe the SNK collection has both the arcade and the console version. I don't remember, but pretty decent shooter. Next up, this is still wrapped in plastic, so it's in good shape. This, I've actually never heard of this game before. It's made by HAL, who brought us Kirby. Air Fortress. Never heard of this game. Figured I'd give it a try since I recognize HAL. The people who brought us Kirby and helped make Super Smash Bros. And this, I played the arcade version, a few compilations, but yeah, this is Section Z. They had quite a few copies of this, so I figured I'd try this out. Just $8. Figured why not? Pretty decent little side-scrolling shooter style game. They had a lot of copies of this. This is Tiger Heli, another shooter. by Taito, but I believe Tiger Hill is made by Toloplan. I guess they helped distribute it to the NES and by Acclaim, which I wasn't aware of that, but nice little shooter, figured I'd give it a try. And this, I decided, why not? Pro Wrestling. Yes, saw John Riggs show off a few NES games. One of them was Pro Wrestling with Mr. Starman and whatnot. I figured, you know what, I was gonna try. I never played this when I had an NES. But it is made by Nintendo, so you know it's gotta be good. I also got a few Genesis games, which will actually segue to one of the games that's coming up later on. And this game, I've never heard of. It came fairly late in the Sega Genesis life cycle. This is Sub-Terrania. It looked pretty. I heard it's like a sort of a shooter. I've seen a little gameplay footage of it, but when I first saw it, I was like, I don't remember this. What's this game called again? And I looked at, oh, it's that game, Sub-Terrania. Looks pretty interesting. Never heard of it, but I'm looking forward to actually playing it. And this is another game I'm playing quite a few compilations, but this is actually the only Genesis game I got so far that comes in a jewel case. This is Columns. $6. I figured, why not? Yeah, for those that don't know, Genesis games came in these jewel cases, whereas with Super Nintendo games, they came in just regular cardboard boxes, which would deteriorate over time. And they did come with little plastic sleeves that cover the bottoms of the cartridges, but it's obviously much more visual appeal to have a physical box instead of just cards sitting on a shelf. But no manual, but it does come with the game, and yeah, it's Columns. Now, if you play any of these Genesis compilations over the last 20 years or so, chances are you've played this game, and it's a pretty fun game. And now the Xbox game. I got 3 of them, and yeah, I remember playing quite a bit of this back in the day. Too bad it doesn't have the original box art, but this is Tetris Evolution. Very, very fun little take of Tetris here. But yeah, I might as well say it. It's Tetris. And this game here, Pinball Hall of Fame, the Williams Collection. Yeah, I played a lot of I really like pinball, which you don't see too many pinball machines these days, especially where I live. But I remember buying this. It was pretty cheap back in the day too, and it was a pretty fun game. A collection of different pinball machines from Williams. And yeah, some of these pinball cards are actually in Pinball FX 3. Not all of them, but quite a few of them are. And I remember liking Sorcerer and Firepower. And Pinbot's pretty cool too. Yeah, Pinbot. Maybe that's the inspiration for that Pinbot NES game. It might be, because, yeah, I was a dumb kid back in the day, so I don't talk too much about that. But Pinball Hall of Fame, that's the whole thing to have. And I mentioned the Genesis games earlier. It would segue into this. Now, I actually already have this game, but I figured, you know what, might as well get a physical version of it. This is the Sega Genesis Classics. Over 50 classic games. I'm glad I got the ones on Steam, because for those who don't know, the Sega Genesis Classics games will be listed on all digital storefronts just a few days ago, actually. So yeah, if you didn't get it on Steam, you are SOL, because yeah, the Steam version is definitely the one to get because of the workshop support, because people add other Genesis games and stuff, including some hard to find games. So yeah, if you did get it on Steam, you're gotta look for these third-party Kiwi sellers. But for console boys, yeah, you can still get physical copies. I might just find this one just $20. And yeah, plan on getting for the Switch too. I also have it on Switch, but like I said, never have a physical copy. So yeah, this is quite a collection here. And most of the stuff is pretty cheap. So any of these games especially, they were just like $20, under $10 each. So I figured, why not? And yeah, nice little freebies for my sister. Definitely appreciated. You know, we all share the same, love for video games and stuff. And it's nice to help build each other's collections up, one way or another. But yeah, that's it for this game haul video. And I do have those two. I decided to order Super Bombless as well as Tetris 2/Bombless for the Famicom, which I had that adapter so I can play that. And I decided to order the original Famicom Tetris, which isn't my favorite because of the controls, but I figured it's cheap, so I might as well. And I ordered Super Tetris Gaiden. Those should be coming later on. 2 will come this week, the other 2 will come probably next week or so, sometime after Christmas, I don't know that much. But yeah, slowly building up my collection, a little bit at a time. Anyway, this is Caleb signing out. Have a good day.
Suck it up, life's tough, we know that. Someone's got better stuff and can throw cash. Tell them I don't give a fuck, make my own path. I don't need no handouts, I'm my own man. Gotta get it, I'll get it in fast, yeah. Got a girl and she'll get it, she bad, yeah. Man, I only get down with the best, I'ma leave the complaints with the rest,